Back another album review. For this review, I'll be talking about Mother Love Bone, which was a grunge band from Seattle who were around from 88 to 90. The band consisted of Andrew Wood on lead vocals and piano, Stone Gossard on rhythm guitar, Bruce Fairweather on lead guitar, Jeff Ament on bass, and Greg Gilmore on drums. They did release an EP in '89 called Shine. Sadly, Andrew passed away from a heroin overdose on March 19th, 1990, at the young age of 24. He didn't even live to see the release of the band's only album titled Apple, which came out 5 months later. The band split up after that, and Jeff and Stone would be two of the guys who helped form Pearl Jam. Anyways, today's review is on the band's self-titled album. I could have gotten Shine and Apple separately, but I got this instead because it basically has everything. The album was self-produced with help from Terry Date and Mark Greenlee. Mark also mixed the album with help from Tim Palmer. The album was mastered by Bob Ludwig and Greg Calby. The art direction was done by Michael Bays, not to be confused with Michael Bay, different guy. Photos of the band were taken by James Bland. The album was released on September 22nd, 92 on Stardog Records and Mercury Records. Now let's talk about the songs. This album starts with This Is Shangri-La. I've never been there before. The next track is Stardog Champion. Andrew Wood said in an interview that this was meant to be a fake patriotic rock song. Fun fact, the band Ugly Kid Joe was also signed on to Mercury Records at some point. After that is Holy Roller. Andrew said that when he wrote this song, he didn't know what a holy roller was and thought the term sounded cool. Next up is Bone China. It's unclear whether or not Pearl Jam would even exist if Mother Love Bone stayed together. Up next is Come Bite the Apple. Andrew primarily wrote the song about himself and said that it's rather personal. We followed up with Stargazer. This song all the way up to track 13 were originally released on Apple. This is also the only track that was produced by Bruce Calder. That's followed by Heartshine. Andrew said that he had written this track about both of his brothers. He also said that he was depressed after leaving his first band, known as Malfunction. Right after that is Captain Hightop. Andrew described this track as being full-on rock propaganda. The following track is Man of Golden Words. It's strange that the Apple songs come before the Shine songs because Shine was released first and it was sort of an appetizer for Apple. The track after that is Capricorn Sister. My dad actually plays some of the songs in this album on his radio show. The track that comes next is Gentle Groove. When I ripped the songs from this album and emailed them to my dad, he said that what happened to this band is really sad, and I agree. The track that follows is Mr. Danny Boy. Andrew said that this track was written in order to mock Danny Thomas. The track that comes after that is Crown of Thorns. Andrew said this track was written about himself. It's also the final track on Apple. What comes next is Through Fade Away. This was the very first track on Shine. What follows is Mindshaker Meltdown. I personally think that the songs on Shine should have come first and have the last Shine song lead into the songs from Apple. The second to last track is Half-Ass Monkey Boy. What's funny is that there's a Beavis and Butthead dance move called the Monkey Boy. Basically, it's where Beavis screws the couch while Butthead stares in shock. Now, this album ends with Chloe Dancer / Crown of Thorns. Apparently, Chloe Dancer isn't a standalone track. There's another version of this album that includes a bonus disc with 2 bonus tracks. One of them is Capricorn's Sister, Shine version, and the other is Lady Gavita Blues. As you can see, my copy does not have that bonus track. It doesn't have the bonus disc, despite the fact that's the version I ordered from Merch Bar 2 years ago. Of course, I don't order stuff from Merch Bar anymore because of how shitty and incompetent that company is. When researching this album, I read that it was number 77 on the Billboard 200. Supposedly there are over 410,000 copies that were sold in total. Most of the critics gave this album positive reviews, even though Q just thought it was okay. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a very good album. The story of Mother Love Bone is very tragic. There's no telling just how popular they could have been. They do have a cult following amongst the grunge community. And the supergroup Temple of the Dog made their self-titled debut album as a tribute to the late Andrew Wood. More on that in the next episode. Overall, I recommend checking out this album. Now is the part where I question you. Have you listened to Mother Love Bone's self-titled album? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How popular do you think these guys could have been? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.